Brian Costanza.
What's happening right now? Is this your walk-on music?
Yes.
I feel like I'm at a war.
There's nothing wrong with my name there, so.
Sorry.
Alright. First off, I have to say, I didn't know people were going to sit so close to me. I am a nervous farter. You guys are in the danger zone over there. I apologize in advance. Alright, well, actually, I really wanted to talk about something serious. I have something I need to get off my chest. I know I've already been introduced, but my name is Brian, and I am a public urinator. I'm embarrassed, but I have peed in public in every city of every country that I have ever been to. It started out small. Doesn't it always start out small? It's, you don't plan on it. It's just that one time I didn't feel like waiting in line. You go out, and that first time you are embarrassed. You're like, God, I gotta hide down an alley and find a trash can and peeing on it. And then it happens. You're like, I'm marking my territory. This is my trash can. And you're looking for other things. You're like, oh, wait. This is my bush. Oh, I like the way that sounds. I'm on a roll now. But then it escalates, it doesn't stop there. You gotta go beyond trash cans and bushes. So you're just looking for things. You're walking across a bridge, you're like, oh, this is my river now. Take my stream. How do you like that? But, keeps escalating. And I went to Spain. There's a lot of public urination over there. At good company. I see a guy down the street, and he's peeing all over this wall, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could do better. So I find a wall across the way, and I start peeing, and I'm like, well, it's got to be better, so I'm gonna arc it up, see how high I can get. Yeah, is that like 10 feet? Is that a new record? Whoa! Feeling good, but I didn't realize it was the side of a church. I know. And this old Spanish woman was walking up the street, and she's just cursing the shit out of me. And I don't understand any of it, but I know she was cursing me to hell, because there's Diablo in there somewhere. It wasn't good. But this didn't discourage me. It emboldened me. When I came home, I was like, oh, I've already peed on a church. Now I gotta pee off one. So I climbed a bell tower to pee off of it. What do you think about that, God? I'm king pissed now. All right, and then I'm pretty soon I'm just waiting, and at this point I'm realizing I'm not just peeing, I'm making a statement here. So I'm waiting to fill my bladder to make my next statement, pick my next target, get excited about running outside. They see something like a yellow Hummer. Like, oh yeah, you get pissed on. And then I'm peeing all over it. I'm like, but how are they gonna know? I'm like, the handle. All over the handle. So the next day when this asshole's in his car, he's gonna be wondering why his hands smell like piss. That's my piss. Taking it to that next level. Seriously, this is a bad habit. It's a problem. It's illegal. I've been trying to think of a solution to help me from this problem. So I've come up with an invention, and I'm working on a prototype. Adult diapers for drinking. Not like the pens. We're gonna do a couple changes here. First off, they will not come in white. Dark colors only, because if you're drinking whiskey, there might be some shards, you don't want that happening. And there'll be a little pilot's helper with a little balloon. So you can just pee all you like, and I won't get arrested. And I'm gonna call these for sure's. Because when you plan on drinking, you're gonna be using them for sure. right, glad I got that out of the way. Feel better. It's in the dollar store. That is a weird assortment of things. It's like, I was thinking, does anybody here have a list? Do they get prepared? Is there like some really organized crackhead that's like got a list out and he's like, oh yeah, Power Rangers notebook, I need that, that's on the list. I know it's July, but there's a wreath and I wrote that down, it's sparkly, I like it. Yeah, the one more thing. There's a mug that says best mom ever. Yeah, I wrote that down too. Yeah, I don't think that has ever happened in a dollar store, ever. Not exactly the prepared customer base. And you can tell by the shit that they keep in the checkout, like those last minute items. Like you do not have your life figured out and you're not making lists. If you figured out in the checkout of the dollar store, just then, that you need cold sore medication and a pregnancy test. Why are those there? All right. So as I was watching TV and I saw this commercial for some medication, and the announcer gets on and he's like, "Do you suffer from urgent diarrhea?" I didn't get this memo, but I thought that all diarrhea was urgent. This scenario has never happened where, a friend calls me up and is like, "Hey, Brian, you want to hang out tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, I got diarrhea, man. But it is moderate diarrhea. So, you know what? I'll deal with it tomorrow. I'm coming out, yeah." No, that has never happened. There's only urgent and worse. It escalates from there. You have urgent, then you have explosive, and then who knows what next? Bloody? Urgent is your best case scenario. Oh. All right. So I got a bone to pick with something here. I think Down syndrome is horribly mislabeled. I cannot think of a more positive demographic. All right, so I was in a house party once, and there was a guy with Down syndrome there, Johnny. And he's having fun, he's drinking some shots, and right in the middle of the party, he pukes all over the carpet. And everybody stops and gets silent, but he jumps up and he goes, "I pooped!" And then, in case anybody didn't hear him, he went around and told everybody else, "I pooped. I pooped." It's like, that is some positivity. Yeah, I've never been excited after puking. Ever. I don't even think I've been that excited in my life, ever. So, I think we need to change the name here. We should start calling depression Down syndrome. It's more fitting. It's down, and we should start calling Down syndrome up syndrome. It's positive. And that way we don't have to say stuff like, "Oh, this is Johnny, and, he was born with Downs." We can be like, "This is Johnny, he was born with ups. He is happier than you will ever hope to be." I'm sorry, all you guys have Downs. The other way around, let's get it right. All right, so have you ever guys been in a authentic restaurant and your server's talking to you and he has an accent? And you're looking at him thinking, "Is this guy full of shit?" Well, I'm here to tell you that you're not always wrong. Because I was that guy once. Now, I'm from Spokane. Woo, yeah, Spokane. Yeah, it's authentic. Yeah, and so I worked at this authentic Italian place. I won't name which one. And I worked there for years and learned the language a bit. And my boss pulls me over when I get promoted to serving tables. And they're like, "So Brian, where in Italy are you from?" I'm like, "What, you serious?" Yeah, our customers have expectations. You need to be from Italy. You have Italian family, right? And I was like, "Yeah, like my great-great-grandfather. I don't think that counts." "All right, just say you're from there." I was like, "Oh, fuck, well, I just really want this money, so..." "All right, Ryan, you can bullshit. You went to art school. You got this. You got this." So I go up to that first table. I'm like, "Okay, Buonasera. So tonight our specials are spaghetti and meatballs and over the top horrible. And this woman just looks at me and she goes, "Oh my God, where in Italy are you from?" And I blanked, totally blanked. So I forgot the town or great-great-grandfather was. And so I just started saying my story, but in the bogus Italian accent. So I was like, I'm from Spo-Ka-Ne. But then there was more follow-up questions. Oh, where's that? And I was like, it's in the north, you know, it's near Canada. And the Stato of Ido, you know, where they have the potatoes. Yeah. She's like, oh, well, we just love Italy. Worked, went over, had to do that for a while. It was rough. But, I need that money. But yeah, not everybody there was full of shit. We had a Chilean guy working there, and he spoke Italian, but he loved it when people came up and asked him if he was Italian, and he'd go, "No, I'm not Italian, I'm Chilean." He's a very proud Chilean. And he'd always come up to me afterwards and be like, "You know, people just don't get it. It's a language. Anybody can learn it. You know, the next time I see a white guy speaking Chinese, I'm going to go up to him and ask him if he's Chinese." It's like, all right, yeah, good point. All right, so it bothers me sometimes when I hear stuff like, "Oh my God, I just love Italian. It's such a beautiful language. It's so romantic." I'm like, well, that is because you do not understand what they are saying. So, yeah, tell me if this is beautiful. So I'm having my shift meal, sitting with my manager and an 88-year-old Italian guy. And manager asks him, he's like, "All right, you still make love to your wife?" He's like, "Posso mettere tutta la mano nella figlia." Beautiful, right? Well, I almost spit out my lunch because I just heard an 88-year-old Italian guy saying he could put his entire hand up his wife's pussy. And he had a hand motion like this. And he went in, and then he spread his fingers. Like he was using her like a puppet or something. Yeah, that's a very beautiful language. On that note, buonasera.
Buonasera, everybody talk.
Good night, guys. Thank you.